Thanks for having me. Oh, Jesus. Wow.
I mean to just throw it at you.
No.
They descend.
The brightness in here is just, oh God, convention lighting. Oh, well, that's fine.
It's better when it's natural light, but we got all this fake light now.
Yeah, it's just great. I love it.
Are we allowed to start?
Yes,
Of course.
let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've had a very broad career, displaying a large range of talents, not limited to film, but also theater and voiceovers, and you're working on a production of Love Stories Are Violent.
Oh, Love Stories Are Too Violent for Me? Okay.
Too Violent for Me, and I was wondering if you could talk about that project and also playing a fictionalized version of yourself, Slate on Archer. Is that a way for you to kind of wind down and relax from your consistent work?
Interesting questions. Let's see. I guess starting with the Archer thing, it's certainly, without a doubt. I mean, I think everybody says it. It's that doing the voiceover gigs it's the one most wonderful job in the world, because you just go into a studio and you don't have to there's no makeup person, there's no hair person, and you're just in there and do your lines, and you can get in and get out, which is wonderful. But also getting to do a show like Archer, I'm such a huge fan of Adam's work and of the Archer character in general, that it's definitely thrilling to get to be a part of it. I love it. And as far as the other project, that was a book that I'm just continually developing in the hopes that someday it will become something to film or who knows, even animate at some point in the future. We'll see what direction it ends up going.
We can see the whole season this season, or?
I believe that I am I'm an ingredient that is sprinkled throughout. I believe. Adam was talking to me just before coming up here about future episodes and things that are going to be happening, and directions that Slater's going to be going in, and problems that Slater's going to be causing for Archer, and I'm just excited. I started watching the show with my soon-to-be wife, and it was kind of like one of those things where it was a bonding experience, because I think we both discovered that we had similar senses of humor, which was great. And then I watched the Burt Reynolds episode, and I just loved that episode so much, and I just figured, I gotta let this guy know. I'm not gonna just not say something, and this is a great show. I want to let this guy know, and sometimes I'll do that. I wrote Vince Gilligan when I watched Breaking Bad, and I just went, Jesus, it's the greatest show ever. So I did a similar thing with Adam, and I just said, if there's ever anything I can do, I'd love to. And he wrote me back and had some other suggestions. He wanted to use the name Slater, but he had some other suggestions. And I just kind of like the idea of it possibly being me, in this new line of work. I enjoyed that.
You said your wife, you guys have similar sense of humor.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like the last great date night you went out? Like, what did you guys do and why?
Wow. She's been out of town for the last few days, but we'll get into, like, right now we're watching our date nights. They're we like to do the same thing, which is sort of stay home and sit on the couch and watch. Honestly, look, we'll either be reading or we'll be watching, catching up on shows. Like we're marathoning Justified right now, and that show is just so cool. And Boyd Crowder, I just think is like the coolest character. And I'm a huge fan of Graham Yost also, so I'll probably be writing him a letter soon too. Or maybe you can pass this out there for him.
How do you guys keep in touch when you're away on set? Do you find it hard?
Right now it's been hasn't been too difficult. She's actually been working right now more than I have, so I've just kind of been, taking some time out to find out some things that I enjoy doing. I signed up for an art class at NYU, which I've been enjoying. I've just kind of been enjoying being back in New York, which is where I was born and raised. So being back here has really felt like being at home. It's really been great.
Any cartoons get into the shows that you guys watch?
Well, let's see. I mean, any other cartoons? I'm sure there are.
Did you grow up watching cartoons?
Oh yeah. I mean, look, every Saturday morning, certainly. I grew up with Bugs Bunny. That was sort of my role model in a lot of ways. So, are we switching? Holy moly! All right, look at that. The old
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi. How are you? Sorry to interrupt that. I really am doing what I'm told.
I know that.
What's that? Oh, you again. Yeah. That was spoken about yesterday. I'm going to pass. That was like homemade, right?
I think that was, yeah. Somebody else had it last
Right, like moonshine. I was like, I'm never going to do that again. I don't know what people put in their flasks. Like, it's not fair to me.
Now that Archer's a father, will we see him grow up a little bit in the upcoming season?
No.
Good.
No. It gets worse, I think, pretty much. I think he's one of those, it's like common in real life. You get very emotional at the thought of having a child. And then when reality sets in and he actually has to see the child, he's repulsed. Maybe that doesn't happen in real life all the time, but some parents are like that. I think he had like an idealized version for a bit, and then about being a dad, but yeah, he's going to do the same thing he always does, which is fuck up.
Thank you for answering that.
Will phrasing make a comeback?
I hope so. I mean, the running gags come and go, so I feel like phrasing's pretty much part of the DNA of the show. I'm sure. I think so the answer is yes, now that I remember that it does come back.
So is there any room for improvisation at all?
Not so much. A little bit. Like sometimes we'll figure out an added joke while we're doing it, but even that, it's not very much. It's not like conversational improv. The script is always what we record pretty much conservatively. So it's not a lot of fooling around. But there will be a couple times where actors or I think of an added joke and they'll add it.
Anyone you would love to see as a guest on the show?
What's that?
Anyone you would like to see as a guest on the show that hasn't?
Oh, no, like what, actor? Like,
Anybody, yeah.
Shit. I'm think of an actor. Somebody, Scientologist. I don't know. Who's a Scientologist?
Tom Cruise.
John Travolta.
John Travolta, there you go.
John Travolta.
I know that in live action shows there are only so many seasons a person can do, and even in theater before they throw in the towel and they can't play the part anymore. What is it about the character of Archer specifically that keeps you coming back to do season after season?
I don't know many actors who would say I can't do a television show anymore. Maybe that's happening, right? But look, it's a really fun job to have, and it's not a ton of work, and Archer's a really well-written show. I'm kind of proud to be on it. No, I am proud.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of proud?
Kind of proud, yeah.
Not being fair. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that. Sort of proud.
Sort of proud.
Thank you.
Not really. It's
I'll be sure to write that in my version. No, it's on record.
No, it's a great job, and I am fortunate to have been asked to do it. Yeah, and it's a exceedingly easy character to play now because it's so well written. Yeah. So I wouldn't say no. I hope they keep making them until I can't talk.
Do you think there's anything that you can't do with Archer? You guys pretty much have free reign.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a little dicey when they when they made it last season, and they sort of changed the way the show operated, and some people felt that was the wrong move to make. So there is like a backlash sometimes when Adam makes creative choices that might not be so popular with hardcore fans of the show. But I don't know. He writes the whole show himself, so I feel like all the decisions he's made, they've been really great. And the show is still as funny, or not funny, than it was when it started. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think if it got like watered down, like, and it was not just him anymore, that would change the nature of the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the only thing that would stop Archer.
Yeah.
Is that Adam can't write anymore because his hands hurt.
Going back.
We're done? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.